Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Marriage is love.
No, marriage is frustration.
Marriage is war.
So marriage is rejuvenation. Marriage is what you make it.
This is not a curse. See, it all depends on what you do that makes it better and not worse. Good night to everyone, and welcome back to another episode of For Better
And not worse.
I am your host, Sandra, with a J coffee, and beside me is my wonderful husband in his shiny, what's that, mustard? So I'm ketchup tonight, or in his shiny mustard, just like we mustard in.
Okay.
Said
Well,
beside
all right,
me.
good. Well, yeah, like a little delay, like a little freeze. Anyhow, so good night, everyone, once again. Kevin, coffee with the Y. It's good to be here. It's always good to be here. It's nice to be here, to be with the community. We always say, and we want to keep reiterating, we are glad that you're here. There is absolutely no show without you guys, right? You guys make the show what it is. We come, as my wife said, we come with the BACS, and we come with the facts. But we like to focus on the facts because we want to actually make our situations better and not worse. Every single day we see that we can be faced with challenges, and we really want to now navigate through these situations a lot better than we did last year. We want to make sure that we are doing all that we can to be better and not worse through the situation. We really want to be happy. Everybody wants to be happy. There are days you may not be happy. When we say that's okay, it just means it happens. It's not that it's okay, but it happens. But through that situation, we want us to learn some skills. Through that situation, we want us to have the experience that whenever it comes around, and it's interesting that situation comes around again, and you have to be tested by it one more time to see if you can show any type of learning. So we want you now, when that comes around, to make the situation better and not worse than it was last time it came around, right?
All right. Thank you, babe. And so with that, we'd like to welcome all our new and regular viewers. I'm laughing here at Dennett's message, talking about you getting points for coming in early. Right? Both locally and internationally, we say shout out to you, our foreign crew, especially those in the US, the UK, Canada, and the Caribbean region, St. Vincent, Grenada, St. Lucia, Barbados, Curacao, and so on. We have a special shout out tonight to our brothers and sisters in Jamaica, those in Haiti, and all those other islands that were affected by Hurricane Melissa. Guys, my heart was so broken. I couldn't even sleep properly last night. It's almost like if I was there foot and foot with them, it's a really terrible experience. That hurricane was the worst they recorded so far. And it caused quite a lot of havoc. So we really pray that, you guys get all the support and help that is necessary and needed. And it really comes your way as much as you all could help or reach out. If you can't get there physically, guys, send things financially, send donations. I know different NGOs are organizing different things to send over food, water, clothing, all these things that different persons have lost, materials to rebuild homes and so on. So as much as you can do, please, please, please assist. God forbid, it happens to us. We would want someone to reach out and help us, right? Even if they're from another island, another country or whatever. So our prayers are with you guys, and we really pray for you. We thank God, for the protection of lives. Not much lives were lost during the hurricane. So we thank God for that. You could replace the material things, but you cannot replace a life. Yeah. So on that note, guys, just continue to pray for them and support them in any way you can. All right. We welcome to all members of the Marriage Club, and we also extend invitations to married couples to join the For Better Not Worse Marriage Club of Trinidad and Tobago, our Facebook group where we share and care and try to promote and sustain healthy marriages, healthy, exciting marriages. That's what we have.
Yes.
We want as much as we win, within our marriage. Every day won't be a sunny day, right? We have the days when there are little gray skies and dark clouds and so, but these things don't last forever. Yeah, just like with the weather is change. So that is blow away and the sun comes back out. But from time to time, you always need some encouragement, some support, especially when you're in those low moments, right? And others who could be there and send something your way, a little post, a little something to encourage you, make you smile, make you laugh, make you love your wife more, love your husband more. That's what we're there for, So it's a group where we support and encourage better marriages, happier marriages, more fulfilling marriages, right? So this is a show where we address the BACHS and the facts of marriages and relationships. We get feedback all the time about the show from different persons who would say, we really enjoy the show, the show needs to be on a larger scale and all these kind of things, that day will come that we will be able to reach hundreds of thousands of persons, with these messages about bettering marriages and sustaining healthy relationships. But at the end of the day, we reach out to those who are able to connect with us here.
Right.
And the message reaches those that need to be reached. That's
Right.
all. Kevin has always say that.
Right. So whoever who would, as you begin to share, even as you subscribe to the channel on the YouTube, and you begin to share or you begin to like, the YouTube algorithm picks it up and starts to find persons who look at this particular type of content, and we are now, on their algorithm, and we are able to really reach more and more people. And that's what we look forward to. Again, it's not about the clouds. I had to ask myself, how much of the information I myself continue to practice, even as I'm being educated on from topic and discussion, from topic to topic, discussion to discussion, how much of it, and you cannot remember everything. So therefore, there are some things that will, as we use the word, it would slip. But don't give up. Sometimes we just have to go back, look it over, be refreshed, and do it again.
Yep.
All right. And it may be challenging, it may be disheartening, it may be disconcerting. Sometimes when you have to do it all over again, you may not have started off with an ill intent, but something went awry along the way because you didn't get some details. And because the little foundation wasn't strong, wherever you try to build on top of the foundation, come and crack and it fall down. But when you are able to look it over and you're able to retreat and regroup and you build a foundation, or you build it on something solid, and you build a foundation, there's something solid, and you build your house now, it's on a solid foundation, and you can go forward, going up and up and up and up and up, right? So, be encouraged, right? Continue to be encouraged. The information is critical. Like I said, when you come off the live, go and practice it, try it. It works.
It works. It really does. And we know that Facebook started this thing where they remove lives according to how many days, like 30 days or so. They tend to remove live content. So that's why we're now on YouTube. YouTube is forever. That's why we're also on YouTube. So you could also catch the episodes if you missed it or you want to watch it again.
Right.
You could link on YouTube and see it again.
Right.
If you missed something or you want to hear something again or be encouraged about something, find out information on something, you could always go back to the live on YouTube, right?
Nice.
We shout out all the October anniversaries and birthdays this month. Shout out to you guys. I do hope that you all enjoyed your birthday or your anniversary if you celebrated this past week. You wouldn't believe October nearly finishing. We have what, 2 more days?
True. Today's the
Today's the 29th, 30th, 31st, yeah, boy. And October done. And the next day is Christmas.
No.
I don't say it so because in the blink of an eye, you'll see how fast Christmas will reach you all. From the time November the first reach, it's like Christmas has come one time. I don't know. Somehow I just feel like them days is just speed up. Because you'll be doing so much and then the season passes and you're like, wait, Christmas done already, wait. It's a new year. You understand? And then January is drag. All the time if I lie. And it's true.
You're lying.
No, that has happened, Kevin. From November the 1st, it just go and speed up. And then the dragination starting from January. Anyway, let's get into it.
Time flies fast when you're having fun, they say.
So they say, All right, let me see what's happening with my people here. I'm seeing some comments coming up here and there.
Nice one.
So let me say good night to some people. So Dennis was asking, guys, if he's getting points for coming in early. Then we gotta get a little something. Let me see. Is it Joel laughing there? Good night, everyone from the Nut Shadies.
Nice, man.
Hi, Nats and Raven. Nice to have you guys in the building. Hi, Shireen. Shireen is here. She says she's not seeing comments on Facebook. True girl. I wonder how come.
Yeah, it doesn't have any Shireen. By the time you were looking at it,
it's now coming up and now seeing it.
Persons are now.
Yeah, now seeing the comments.
Most persons are across on the YouTube.
Yeah, girl Shireen.
So
the tubers are real.
Yeah.
Listen, the tubers are real. All right. You say no lie there. This is Raven.
Yes.
He says, good night, everyone. Hi, Ravs. Nice to have you on. I see my boy Graves there. Yes.
All right.
In the Facebook. And
yeah, Graves on the Facebook.
Good evening, people. Nice man. What did it say here? Yeah, nah. I know say what? What is going on with my laptop today? Right. So yeah, nah. I know say not our friend today. How is it Christmas already? Dennis, by the time next 2 days, mark my words, you'll be opening Christmas presents. Time to wear pajamas, matching pajamas and sing. Time to eat up people black cake and their nuts. And Moby. The word of the day is Moby. I think you know Sorrel and ginger beer this year is Moby in your skin. Let me see Raven say, yeah, for real.
Okay, all right, good true.
The rest of the year could take its time. Like because it's your birthday,
this month.
Birthday people is want to show off, you know?
The
rest of the year could take the time.
You sure, girl?
Show off nuts.
If you want the time to speed up, you can say the rest of the year, you could say your birth month should take its time and the rest of the year could speed up.
All right. So hi Angel. She's saying night. Yes, hi Angel, nice to have you on. Everybody on the tube on nuts. Shireen, what? Shireen should now come across on Facebook. She had house in it.
Nice.
Right. Then it was stop it. Christmas still far. She wants to remain young. Natalie, don't worry, girl. Once you're young at heart, you're young forever. Forever young. How do you song this go?
Yeah, my bones might tell you that.
Forever young. I want to be.
He wants to be forever young, yeah. He wants to be.
Be forever young, girl. Don't worry.
That's why I just think about it.
We forever young. I just feel young in myself.
Mhm.
My bones, I see young in my bones who even when it hurted. I say, what's up, young bones? But you're as young as you feel. All right. So again, good night to everyone and welcome. This week we're supposed to go into our last segment of the game
Mhm.
before we go into the topics of tonight. However,
Well, say age is just a number, yes?
well, let's hope, but age is just a number.
Age is just a number.
Listen.
That is an important number.
I think when you reach a certain age, you start about, I think that is it, you know, time to wrap up shop. I ain't going back outside and play a benning running and nah. Time to
Age
sit
is
down a
just
little bit.
not a number.
Right?
Thanks to the children.
Yeah, them training school is keep you young, you know.
Thank God for those children in school.
Yeah,
All right.
it's happened to me too. It's draining energy, but
Let's
it's
stop
keeping
it
you
out
young
here, the
somehow.
children youth.
Nah, we good. Right? So we're supposed to have our last segment of the game, and I think that's why Dennett comes so early.
Okay.
And Dennett, you come to take over the game tonight.
Right.
Let me see. Tell the bank it is just a number calculated by mortgage.
Exactly. That's a valid point. That's a valid point.
Dennett, why so? You just come and steal our
Not
joy.
that too. Insurance.
Eh?
You understand?
Be about yourself.
Medical insurance and
You're
life
as
insurance.
young as you feel.
Yeah, tell them that.
Tell
Gotta
them
do
I
your
am
medical.
16, even though I am 50. You know this kind of way? Hit them it. Right?
Don't
So
fool
then
yourself
it's,
out, you know?
yeah, Jamana. No game tonight. We can say no. You come early. Wait, no game tonight.
Good night, Miss McClatchy.
We rushing through tonight because we really want to get through these episodes. As is the final recap, we have how much it is, babe? 9 or 10 of them there to cover.
9 recaps to cover.
I don't wanna go too long. I know the game is normally take a little while and go over into all quarter to 9, 10 to 9. We still playing game.
Gosh.
So I just really want to get these topics out.
Man, see God.
That's why it's so. Look at everybody laughing. Then it is real terrible, eh? So we bring him back the episodes so that those who probably weren't able to tune in or missed any episodes would be able to catch up with us as we continue into the Christmas season, right? Don't worry.
Exactly.
Next week, Paleo will get you.
And people like me continue to say, make sure and participate. It's always good to stimulate your memory. It's always good to stimulate your brain. Talk. Share the things that are on your mind. It's always challenging to say something that we will consider how awkward, shameful. Somebody might think might be saying to yourself, they will think me weird.
No.
Or I thinking so. We
Like
have all kind of thoughts.
I always tell the children, no thought is a stupid thought unless you have stupid intentions, right? But every point is valid.
Yeah.
You know, we take all the validity of it and we dissect it and so on, right? So don't think your point is too stupid or too silly or too far-fetched or whatever. Put it out there. It might just be something else somebody is thinking about and afraid to say.
Another perspective. Listen, and that's why we are not getting sharper and better, because we're not sharing the thought. Right? We're not sharing in terms of talking and coming out, and no matter how many times we want to keep petitioning, I will keep saying it every week. Share, talk, give your 2 cents, put in a dime, say something, because what you have to say may just impact somebody else, may just carry that person through that situation. Your experience is valid and necessary, and the thing about it is it is yours. May not affect me because of our culture and our customs, just simple differences. But you can find somebody who experiencing the same thing you're going through just because you guys have the same culture, custom, the way you're thinking, where you grew up or how you grew up. And I want to plead to people, share your thoughts on each of the topic, right? We want to make things better and not worse.
And as I always encourage you all, every week, share live on all platforms. Share it on your WhatsApp status, Facebook, WhatsApp groups, Instagram. Anyway, share the live. Persons will come in. They'll be like, where's this? And then they're hooked and they stay. Right? We want the information to be for all.
And the end, and the scene, good night. Bye-bye, no game, no thing,
Like
whatever.
Robin and Natalie,
Yeah.
they like Jabba, you know.
Then
Yeah.
let's start eating and he
Yeah.
go on.
But he right
You know,
there. He making
You know, a
jokes.
lot of you guys as look forward to the game, and we excited to hear that you guys are looking forward to
the
be
game.
challenged, and it's good. It's always good to be challenged, and to get yourself thinking, and some of the things that you might take for granted because you see it in a peripheral view in the grocery, and you're saying, "Hey, I know that label and I know that brand." Just can't remember.
Yeah.
So
I just thought it too. To me, it kind of felt a bit insensitive. Like for me personally, for us to be. Like for me, I was really affected by that hurricane thing, and I felt, like I can't really laugh the way I want to tonight, kind of way. I don't know if it's just me, but like I don't really want to. Well, I feel when you know what I mean. I just prefer to have the discussions, and we start back laughing again tomorrow. Well, next week when persons are
So
laughing
why-
again, I feel like because we
So
have
can you
Jamaican
guarantee-
friends and stuff who just be on, and I don't wanna.
So
Like I
the-
really want to be.
so the topics are sensitive to them, even though it's
No,
unrelated.
I mean just not in a laughy mood now.
Oh, well, say that. Don't say that you're being
No, that's what I'm saying.
insensitive.
I feel like I'm not.
No, you said you were. It will be.
It feels to me is what I
feels to
said.
you insensitive.
As though it's really insensitive because we have
So that's not
friends who
true. You're not really
tune in.
conveying the truth of what you.
All right. So let's get into it tonight. Tonight is the recap, and we want to go for the topics that we previously discussed from August to all the way to October, well, the end of October, right? So let's get into that. Yeah, see, then it understand. He say, I feel here. It's a little solemn atmosphere. Yeah, it
A lot of
really is.
people didn't understand. You just
Like
didn't say
I feel that way, so I just want to kind of keep that prayerful,
what are the
thoughtful.
people who were
You
looking, just like how everybody was joking and looking forward to the game. Clearly, they didn't know.
No, I'm not saying that they am saying, but it's just my feeling, guys. And if some persons feel the same way, okay. If they don't, well, no problem with that. Either way, no problem. I just personally, for me, because I know we have people that tune in from Jamaica, and like I don't want to do that tonight.
So,
you all understand?
Could not have their situation like
Now they ain't tuning in tonight.
Well,
They are no internet. They are no.
well, how it would.
But I just feeling, that is just me, guys. Right? Sorry about tonight, but I just feeling it for my peeps. So let's get into the topics though, Kevin. So the first one, we start from the beginning. So in August, we started off with court. Now what? If you guys could take your minds back, when we started off with the whole kiss cam debacle. You all remember that whole episode with the kiss cam thing with what's his name? I can't remember the people's names. I can't remember.
I
can't remember the people's names. But I remember the people who had a little kiss on where they put them up for the kiss, but they hid. I can't remember the name of it, Kevin. That's not important. But anyway, it was a whole big thing. So we started off with that. That topic was court. Now what?
Mm-hmm.
What were the repercussions of that one outing that showed the whole world over what the two persons were involved with, being both married? Mm-hmm. And look how that died down now. We don't even know what became of them. Anybody knows? We have no clue. Like, what happened after that?
But it will never stay relevant.
I know, but there was no end to the story. What happened? Nobody knows.
No,
anybody ever knows?
There are people where you just didn't follow.
Nah, they hide up on that. Anymore the money plays, everything stays on that.
The man left his job. She was saying, but she didn't resign. He resigned.
He resigned.
Yeah.
She was still there.
Yes.
Okay.
She took some leave.
Natalie says she has family who was affected. Yeah.
There are more people who probably have more information than us who was probably just following that story. It may not. I don't think it was a big local thing. We have other things that distracted us at any point in time.
It so happened.
Right.
We had our own local. We had our own local Coldplay concert session, right? Because tying into that, the very next week, we had our not here in Trinidad and Tobago, and it happened right here in terms of it was alleged that somebody was in the People Gospel concert oh gosh, the people gospel concert with somebody whole husband too. Thank God it had no kiss cam. But they were seen. And I think because of the whole idea of if there are a lot of persons in a venue, nobody can see you. Really? Somebody must see you. You have to think about it the opposite way. Yes, Denny, thank you, the Coldplay thing. Thank you, Shireen, for the prayers. Hi, Ravin. Have a good one. Yeah, Graves, you want a couple. People wherever they go. People does what? What do you mean?
People do people.
People does people. What do you mean?
Or people does people wherever they go. People does people. You do you wherever you go.
Like
So
that?
people does people wherever they go.
All right.
Yeah.
So I think they try to hide in the numbers, but it worked against them, and people saw them, and the whole thing went around who do what, whatever the case may be. And look at the repercussions of that now, having 2 families destroyed. What?
I think they didn't. You see, when you're doing something wrong long enough, you become kind of numb to sense. Because when you started off, they wasn't doing that. I'm sure there wasn't public like that. So they started to do wrong long enough till they become comfortable
And think it's okay.
and think it's okay and numb, because there's no way you could go in a crowd of people and let people see you now and tell yourself, well, we cool, it's okay. So a point in time they got numb.
But they ain't fully numb, no? Because when you think about it, they were up in the nosebleeds, far
Right?
away, where persons were not really there.
And that is
But
a
the camera
deception.
pick them up still. So they get make out by the world.
Yeah. But
So they're trying to hide still, yet not hide. Trying not to hide. They're out in the public, but they're hiding.
what is it? Hide in plain sight?
Yeah, hiding in plain sight. Or he says, people are always doing people things like Coldplay, gospel, soca. Madness. That is true, and
It just goes to show how we can deceive ourselves to think that we are hiding in plain sight. And it's amazing. You would have been there and the people seen you, and everybody would have thought to themselves, unless a married couple, whatever, and you guys are married and
they're
nobody
really
ever
married,
you decide,
not to each other.
right? And it's just this camera just happened to be, which means somebody was always peering through the crowd to send that kiss cam.
And they had to look really comfortable together. That's why they assumed they were a couple.
Yeah.
Hence putting a kiss cam on them. But the point of it is, after that though, now what?
Yeah.
What happens next? Like I said, 2 families were now destroyed. And we have episodes like that taking place all over the world.
Right.
And even right here in sweet TNT.
Mhm.
What becomes of the families now? What becomes of the gentleman's wife who thought, he's hardworking, he's going to work, making the money, making sure the family's well taken care of. I think they had 2 children, right? Teenagers, whatever the case may be. What happens to those children? How do they now look at their father? Right? How do they now look at marriage on the whole? Because in their minds, they probably think everything was everything between mom and dad.
Right.
Additionally, the lady's husband,
Yeah.
right? Apparently, she was married into a wealthy family. Yeah.
Right.
And kill like But what becomes of him now? And if they had children and whatnot, people tend to be very selfish in their actions these days and not think about who they're hurting in the long run or who they're hurting at all, even in short space of time. They
Right.
just think about their happiness in the moment and they're okay. They just need to be happy. Yeah, but then what? After the happiness, quote unquote. It's just a fleeting moment,
And even though we say it's fleeting, it's a fulfilling moment because it's my happiness. It's like a sugar rush. You want the sugar rush now. And you feel fulfilled when you get the sugar rush. Is the crash you don't really care about it. But the crash hits you harder than the sugar rush.
The sweetness.
And then you go back into the cycle.
The bitterness is worse.
Right.
All ever eat curry straight,
In my street.
like bite it and eat it.
Raw.
It's bitter, like
Yeah,
aloes.
it's called bitter melon.
Bitter melon.
Yes.
It like that. Imagine the sweetness in your mouth and then you're gonna eat that.
So what is the old adage?
What?
What sweeten goat mouth is sour
In the
in
bam
bam bam.
Yes. And that's what happened there.
Yeah, definitely.
We have to start thinking about the effects of our actions. and
True.
how-
That's a nice statement. I like
Yes.
that. I will write that down.
The effects of our actions and how it affects persons. We cannot keep thinking about the in the moment, because we looked at the fact that, okay, let's just say everything wasn't too well at home, and we talk about the percentage in terms of he probably was getting 80% at home and madam was giving him the 20% he was looking for. So, but would you leave your 80% to go and take this 20%
Yes.
and throw away your life with your 80%? And is it worth it?
Yeah, it's
Deceiving, yeah.
It's deception. We want the deception. We usually self-deceive. We go with the idea the 20% is the fulfillment, is the cap.
It's everything
It's
I need.
everything I need, and desire is, there's some strong desires out there.
But to me, I think it's a matter of having, like I always say, the hard conversations with your spouse, letting them know the hard truth too.
Yeah, I like that statement. Could you say that again?
But,
Think about
what? I can't
we need to
remember.
think about the effects of
Effects of
our
our
actions.
My thing is, okay, so if you're
Think about
missing
that,
that
good.
20% or that 5% or that whatever percentage
Yeah, the
from your
risk.
own husband or wife, you sit with them and you say, babe, listen, it is what it is. There's the scenario. Here's what's going on with me.
What if?
I believe if you start doing this, things will get better. You know, when I used to be saying that, let me put it up on the screen. You remember that, babe?
Yeah.
The I wish, right? The I wish segments. So you tell your spouse something you wish they would do,
Oh,
or something you wish they would stop doing to improve the relationship. That's the hard questions you sit, the hard discussion you sit and you have with your spouse. Tell them, I think I'm lacking in this area, so. And I really needed to amp it up here, thing, because it really affected me negatively, right? Sometimes it's really, it doesn't feel nice. It doesn't sound nice, but everything is not perfect, right? At no point in time, babe, everything needs to be perfect.
no.
No, everything doesn't be perfect.
So I like that statement. I am taking away that point.
What's that?
Think about the effects of our actions. I like that. I'm going to note that. I'm going to allow that to guide me going forward. I probably should make it a little mantra. Just mumble it under my breath. Hey, think about your actions. Think about the effects of the actions. You're going to do this action. Now think about the effect. You're going to do this action. Think about the effect. Because you really want to make things better. And of course, and I really want to do, for me, really looking at the recap, how much of the information I am taking. Because, all of us, I just talking about myself. I know myself, all need development. There's no point in time you're at the best. You could always get better. And that's why the show is about getting better and not worse.
And I think that's why they also have that old saying, think before you act. This kind of way?
Yeah.
Because your actions leave consequences, it leaves effects and
Yeah,
so on.
And
So
those things could be generation. I think it's generations.
Yeah, so
Wow.
it happens across the board, not only relationships, but especially in a relationship, in a family and all of that. Your actions affect all the members of the family and not just your spouse, yo.
Yeah. But
The children too.
I said for me, people, marriage is what you make it. This is a circus. It all depends on what you do. The effects of your actions can make it better.
That was
All right.
right. So guys, honestly speaking, always think about, if I do this, what happens next? You could be
We
happy
don't
in
do
this
that
moment, but we often don't do that.
We
We just
often
think
don't do
about, I really need to do this, but I need to feel.
Yeah. I think that desire is really strong. That selfish desire is really strong.
We have a lot of selfish ways. We need to work on that, people, to make our relationships better. Remember, it's not you in a relationship by yourself. you're with somebody who is supposed to be your other half, or quote unquote your better half.
I don't think we need to do any more recap. We could probably talk about this effect of our actions. This will affect every relationship, your work life, your study life, your financial life, your marital life, your psychological, mental, emotional life. Every action, there's an effect. There may be a cause, but don't focus on the causal only. Focus on the effect.
Because
of
also,
actions.
when we did the sweet auntie and we spoke about the lady who was in the People Gospel concert with the man, the whole people husband, you also saw that thing where the guy was, I think it was Toko Beach, and the young lady was on a leash. You saw that?
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know how.
Walking her up. Listen,
That
in Trinidad.
no, I didn't believe that.
That is very real.
I wanted to believe that was part of some kind of
cosplay.
Because
well, tell Kevin any kind of things is happening in Trinidad and Tobago, please.
No, you can
Like
tell me no, but I am in denial that was real. Why? Because there were other men there on that beach, and I don't know our man.
What, seeing that and do nothing?
Seeing that and they do nothing, and you, I don't care who you are.
They ain't going to do nothing.
And it's mean that we have a lot of more weak men. I don't care what we think about the female. That's a human being. And if that was actually somebody leashing somebody and walking them around, listen, you do what I for yourself. You do what there are principles that we have to. Nobody thing is
nobody was going to say nothing. Just like what happened on the beach, nobody did say anything.
There are principles that we have to live by. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. We have to live by that principle. You don't want it for yourself.
Dennis, and you know about that thing with the people in Toko, the leash thing? They have a lot of things that be happening right here in Trinidad. That's just one that we happen to catch on camera and happen to be outside in the public space. But a lot of things is happening, we very much unaware unless it come out there, but we look at things online and we say, them so and so people, let's do that. I didn't want to say what they are, but of the lighter hue. Then let's do that. We don't do that. And when you look to the left or you look to the right, we doing it too. And sometimes worse.
I hear what you're saying, Dennis.
Listen, it's serious down here. Then it says, I know about it, but on a serious note, I think it was consensual. Yes, Dennis, it may be so, but at the same time, when you think about, I'm sure that young lady never grew up saying, I can't wait to be with somebody to put me on a leash like a dog and drag me around. Nobody in their life just be growing up wanting to be that. No, think about it honestly.
And I like how
people into what they're into, and for us it's strange. But real thing does be happening in the shadows.
Right. And I like how all these statements are being structured. Watch what you're saying. And these things are happening in the shadows.
So they're bringing it out to the phone now?
People are doing these things
But I just said that. They're doing it behind closed and not bringing it out. But why they would?
So why the initial move is always in the dark?
Because
they know it wrong.
Exactly.
It has to start initially in the dark.
Anytime you do it in the dark,
until you get so accustomed doing it, you get numb now.
You bring it out.
And you bring it out. So you're so numb or you're so dumb that you're walking outside.
Or into submission vibe. Now I don't mind that to know, Leon, in terms of the submission vibe, saying I could hear you with that. And like then it said, they were doing it in the shadows at first. But after a while it becomes so, let's see what I want to say, babe. Yes, in terms of the girl customer and thing.
Right.
She has lost control of self.
Right.
Right. And he is now so in control that she no longer has like this full identity as a woman.
Right.
She sees herself as what he has been training her to be.
Right.
So even on the outside now, it comes like something natural.
Yes.
Right? And to us, we know it is unnatural.
Right.
Because we were never created to be a slave unto one another. Not man, not woman.
Right. And so therefore, that's what I'm saying. I find it interesting when we say probably into swingers or into submission vibes. So why are we taking a back?
As consensual as it is,
And
I
what-
don't think day one, if you had asked her that,
Th-
she'd have
th-
won
this
that.
is this is the thing.
She
So,
was
so
trained
are we?
into that.
So we rationalizing the situation. So we trying to rationalize nonsense. Understand? It's no offense to anybody. What I'm saying, think about it. We actually trying to rationalize nonsense because no matter any of your family, you may reach a place where you might give up on a family member. But in the initial stage, you see any of your family member being walk with a rope or anything like that, something wrong, the next somebody dragging them. You ain't going to sit
You
down
might
and ball.
take that just
It's
so.
consensual. That is not your first thought. And even if it's consensual, you're rationalizing. You don't understand how she could reach that place or he could reach that place that he
First thing you would
consents.
think is something wrong with she. I need
Exactly.
to get to her.
Why did you consent? Why did you consent? Even if it's under submission vibes and even if it's under kicks. We like to use the expression kicks. Even if it's under kicks. Like say some girl are yours. Just come and put a rope around your neck and say, hey, I'm not kicks. Back like a dog. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that.
Then it says the psychology behind these things that's so interesting to me.
Right.
Like why some people want only missionary, while others want to get choke and rough up.
Right.
Well, I guess teachers own with that and then it. I mean, some persons, but when it comes to debate like that,
How you say to each his own?
to each his own. Well, I mean, I don't mean they literally want to get like choked to death,
But
but
how
I mean,
how you define, how you interpret that what he said just now is some kind of almost
what?
normal choke. Like
But some
because-
people like rough up, nothing wrong with a little rough up, but I'll pull here, ting. Some people
Listen.
are more stimulated by things like that. But those things
Where
are
do you
already
get-
there.
where at any point in time,
Mm.
any man who like you could have yank your hair. He see you, babe, so you see that yank your hair and you say, oh yeah, you really like me, right?
Not
Wait,
that space, and
wait.
that's where it's different.
where do you start now to reach to that place where you consent to yanking my hair? Yeah. So we can't just say
No, but in the moment, babe, this is dealing
he's
with a
saying,
moment.
hear what he says. The psychology behind these things are always interesting. So when we start to talk about the psychology, we want to see the development. So we must start with the stage where it was not good to the point where you rationalize that it became good.
So
Because
all
you
right,
like to start with that.
you wouldn't like similar like this then if normally you
How
don't
did you know
you
that-
don't slap the woman normally or like on her buttocks or whatever, you don't smack and thing normally. Sometimes you may do it passing and play, whatever.
Right? Okay.
But when you're in the moment, in the act, you get back.
But here what you say.
Back.
You
And
just said no, but you give
know what I'm saying? So I'm showing you in terms of the yanking of the hair just so. So
so
just
yank
for
the
you,
and play.
what I'm saying is, babe, normally you wouldn't yank the hair just so. Similarly, normally you wouldn't just be smacking somebody just so. Right? Normally,
That is
but
normal.
in the act
More
itself,
so
those things just come out sometimes.
because of what? Because of the woman anatomy, human and she whole physiology, right? Smacking her bottom is like is like for a man normal. There's a normal reaction, right? That could be normal. That will never be seen anywhere as an abnormal act. You know what will be seen where? If you slap a man bottom. And that will be seen where?
We've said, sadly, I have become desensitized to these things.
Exactly. And he's
That's
telling
the
the
whole
truth.
nation.
And that's
The whole
happening to
world.
us. Because we will now rationalize and say, see, me getting involved in that now because people into the weirdness. Yeah.
Grave says, men with Kevin and my character tend to end up left with the bag. And these characters just get the gift.
Exactly. You're very right. You're very right.
Grave, how Kevin end up with me then? We try to
Wait.
We're trying
You
to say.
don't try to read more than what the guy tried to say. I agree
You
with
say-
you, brother.
Them characters is
Because
getting
women,
gills.
there are some women who will settle for less. Right?
Oh God, Kevin trying to nice it up the. Let me see.
All right.
Then it says, I'm thinking even them OnlyFans models
Right.
and cam girls. I understand in theory, but I also can't understand it at the same time, you know?
So I'm telling you, how do you start? How do you reach the place where you rationalize yourself into, I can expose myself to anybody now?
Hmm.
That's why I tell people, don't watch prostitutes and watch down on them. That's a difficult decision to make, to prostitute yourself.
So you end up
That's a
going to different
real,
lengths
exactly.
that you will naturally not necessarily
Yeah,
go
that's
to.
a mental breakdown. That's a break in your psyche to really move from I don't know this life to actually deciding.
This one is another one though, Graves.
Yeah.
He says, if he don't beat me, he don't love me. We know a woman with that thinking.
Right, and we know something is wrong with that thinking.
Right, and from the time we recognize that that's the type of thinking, we need to get to the root of why that thinking was developed in the first place. When we see these strange actions, y'all, coming from persons, it's not necessarily that this is something they always wanted, you know, this kind of way. They were formed and fashioned and molded into accepting that type of behavior, which they would have not normally accepted before.
Like conditioning.
So something happened that helped them to get to that position and that decision. You need to get to the root of that.
We don't know nobody. If you see them getting physically abused, even if you don't know them, you don't have a normal inclination to say that's okay.
Because I wouldn't watch my friend, let me call my friend Natasha. Like if I see Natasha in the road walking with a leash, I said, one time I go in there and I put the knee, and she I say, what time was this?
And she
said,
this. And if she said to you, yeah, this is
thing.
Consensual, this is, you know.
I said, no, but this is consensual. And
so I can't hear you know.
I will tell Tasha something and I will tell your husband something.
You're not taking that in.
That's my friend.
Yeah.
And I care. And I wouldn't have them out there and people looking at them crazy and saying, you know, this kind of way. So if family members, like Kevin said, did see that happening, they would have opposed that.
But what would the
strangers ain't gonna do nothing? I telling you, anytime we living in, strangers ain't doing nothing. I telling you, Kevin play, I don't know. Strangers just shoo and say, hey, you see that so. Let me take.
Then I'm not sure if some of these comments could come off of YouTube and these platforms.
Those things does come out, but like in consent. You can't just slap, she just. Also, man bottom getting slapped all the time in my in yours.
Yeah, why
when you playing rugby and thing. I just make it as rugby and so on, then it. All right. He says, Leon, but if he don't beat me, he don't love me, and a boy, I needed to dominate me and spank me, comes from two different places for me. And it's true. That beating thing is not the same as spank me, baby, right? Because it's different reactions.
The intent.
Right.
The emotion.
Exactly.
It's different.
Totally different sides of the coin. Right?
So how do you now define where did you reach now when you say pull my hair? Where you get? So there are some gray areas, and that's why he says the psychology.
It's be like, oh, like you're feeling it all in your head.
Yes. Oh, say want something to control.
Yes.
Because,
right. So,
right. Okay. You know, started by a lot of emotions and it's rushing all up in the head and
Probably if I had my rascal at a.
All right.
I pull away from my rascal, but I can't really pull it little but.
Yeah, accept that comments are forever. Yeah, brother.
Oh, God, then it cracking up, This Kevin has killed me, yes. But like, it is what it is. So certain things give people different vibes. That's why I understand his rougher comment, right? Nothing is wrong with that. For me. Let me move on to the next one. What comment I missed? I didn't miss anything.
You saw that one there?
Yes, that is the one. That is the one we had up just now.
What about this one? Did you see it? I didn't.
What?
You see this one?
Oh, hold on. Kevin, I showed me that I missed something. Besides,
and it didn't come up there. It didn't come up there.
I haven't seen anything.
Nah. So that one didn't come up. Here. Right. Okay.
He said, just philosophically, what if sometimes people don't think it wrong, right? but don't want to deal with the chatting thing.
I am dealing it.
That said, I agree with you on the training had to be thing.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so he is talking about they don't want to deal with the chatting thing. What do you mean?
Right. So what if he said some
They don't
some
think it
people
wrong.
don't think it wrong, but
But they
don't want
don't
to
wanna
deal
deal
with
with
you coming to tell them
It's
it's
wrong.
wrong. Right? So now they don't want to see what you're saying as it's wrong. So
But they know the
the
judgment
training,
wrong.
yeah. So the training is happening, the condition is happening, right?
All right. Until then, she says night. All men now come from church. Good night,
All men now
all
come
men now
from-
come from church.
Right.
Nice to have you and Auntie Lynette.
Yes.
You'll be recapping on the things. So you think it's okay to be freaky, but you just don't want no man put you up or whatever. So you do it in the shadows. Not listen, when it comes to the bed, where is it? It's on the file, on the file, wherever it is. On the file?
Yeah.
Give me the word now.
Yes,
Right.
on the file, right.
Whatever happens between you and your husband in the sanctity of your home, that is between you and your husband, right? To a certain degree.
Oh, well,
We
no,
know.
I was
Only thing I'm pushing anyway. Let me
I
go
was-
anyway. Leave that. To a certain degree, some things are acceptable, and some things are just simply not. Some things are acceptable, and some things are just simply not. And like I said, if you're doing it home and you know, if I only tell somebody about this thing, you say, oh God, and watch me funny and thing, then something wrong with that, eh?
Mhm.
Yeah. Because if imagine if Leon, Kevin come and he's showing you, give me something, babe. A stick. And telling me, boy, I like this stick, thing, and Sonja do me so. You watch him like, one boy. So obviously that will be wrong, not so?
But you just said
No, but I'm saying, what if he comes and he will think it as
right, he'll take it as wrong.
good.
Right.
So then it really is wrong at the end of the day. So that I say certain things could be done. Things could be done in the bedroom to a certain degree, a certain limit.
You growing up from small, I am being conditioned to don't do girls and don't hit girls and don't be rough with girls and whatever. And you telling me what young you're here? You know what trauma I had to deal or I had to unearth all that training? That is traumatic, that traumatic statement. But I have heard not to hit girls, not to be rough with girls, whatever, and I will be normal.
Like I might feel like I should be able to jam in the middle of the jungle.
Right.
But I won't, because some man will pull out a phone and want to share on what. It's true. And nothing is wrong with jamming in the middle of the jungle. What is between you and your husband, you and your wife, whatever. Nothing. But then again, public,
right.
So you could get charged for
nudity,
that. Right? You could get charged for that too. You know it is real. So you wouldn't do it. You know, this kind of way. People like to totally line too much between this right and wrong thing.
And I think that's the excitement now. So
Yeah.
the
and they want to do
deprivation
things
and the
likes
decaying of your mental causes you to say, let me go as close as to the line of being wrong.
Yeah.
And that gets you excited. And something is wrong with our mindset. Trust me.
Anyway, so we went on to from that, so we could go on board this whole night.
That's what you saying.
Kevin mentioned something about not about these things going over into work and your family and all these things. We spoke about the spineless spouse. So this was his spouse with no backbone, and they were being taken advantage of on work, at home, and even by other family members.
Right.
They weren't standing up for their spouse. So somebody could say something negatively about your spouse or do something to your spouse, and you just sit down there like a mooks. How long me say that word? Mooks. You just sit there and you say absolutely nothing.
I think that it doesn't matter where you go. A lot of people aren't commenting or engaging as much as you are. So it doesn't matter where you go. Facebook is the same thing is happening on the other side. We hardly have anybody commenting.
Say, why you
spineless?
Why you in the middle of the jungle with me? I find that only on YouTube. I feel like we're back on Facebook. Then it don't matter. Like Kevin was saying.
People are just
some persons are more inclined to speak freely, like you and Graves and so on. Mr. Afras was saying, you Delhi, they would also speak to. These are the more free speaking persons. And then we have those who would, I don't really want to say, but you all are free to speak. Nobody's going to judge you or speak ill of you or anything like that.
And you can start with some of your statement like hypothetically speaking. Right?
Or saying for a friend.
Yeah. Asking her for a friend. We're going back to the spineless spouse.
Right. So the spineless spouse. And we spoke about persons that wouldn't stand up for their spouse. So the family members would bad talk your husband or bad talk your wife all the way, and you just sit down and you say absolutely, and leave them to bad talk them. Leave them to ill speak and do the worst. And you just I like, what the jail is this?
What about if that starts from childhood? So you've been spineless. You've been exposed to bullying growing up. You see yourself as not normal, but you're a person, somebody like you. They probably was attracted to your shyness. If you understand what I'm saying, that was probably some kind of thing to get them. They come to you and talk to you, and you're always quiet and not wild and loud. They marry and realize, this thing that I attracted to is like this is not it was an attraction initially. It's like a deal breaker.
Watch that. Listen, he just said it big. Watch me. If after, a lot of times we get into relationships, guys, and we really think some things are cute. Like, oh my God, this is so cute. The way they always want me in their presence. The way they always want to know where I am. The way they always
right.
Oh my God, this is so cute.
Right. And then
when they get married, you realize, wait now. It's possessive. This boy is possessive all along, right?
Exactly.
I thinking it's cute. Reality just hit you after the fact. And that's why sometimes you really have to go through a relationship for a period of time.
Feel so?
Yeah, but
wait, explain yourself.
Like really see them for a while. Like how they manage for a good while.
Oh yeah, that's why you need to listen to people as well.
Because people can act real good for long.
We build walls, right? We tend to build walls in relationship, and we want to box out everybody. Because what we see is the truth and everybody not understanding. And then you put somebody investment of time and emotion. You don't want to have to pick back up them emotions and the time. Let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. If you're working on a project, and if you're working on a project, a work project, and you put some of that time in and somebody can't take it from you, you feel like I put some of that thing into them, could just come and take that and wrap it up for you. And you feel like you want some validation for your time and your effort. Same, how much more with your relationship, with your life? You'll want some validation. Somebody come and tell you, just end that now. That person is good. You want some sort of more merit than you telling me. Just do that. So the spineless thing is sad. And why I will keep saying it's sad, and it's a real challenge. And I'm talking for the men. It's a real challenge today with the advent of the whole feminist movement, where we are uncoupled with the breakdown of men being absent in their families. When you marry those two situations, we get men who are weaker and weaker and weaker. There's always been this plea from women and whoever influencer to always for men to be in touch with their emotions. And somehow we have been deceived that we were not in touch with our emotions. Today, some people are coming back and saying, no, hey, women, you all are emotionally designed and men are logically designed. So, like I was sharing with my wife, emotionally thinking or emotional intelligence, that way is lower on the scale for men, right? Logically. So most times when men leave the environment, then the emotional thinking has come in, and that's why men who want to be real men will come back and apologize at that point in time, and you'll feel like they're buttering up and they're really down sharing their emotions, right? So
I feel like to write that down.
So initially, like my wife was saying, so all I don't care. So her first reaction to any situation is, how do you show me that you care?
Yeah, because we were looking at a situation that's happened.
Right.
And I'm saying, how could the gentleman do that, Kevin? It shows that he doesn't care about his wife or his children or whatever. Like, I can't fathom the thought. So he was trying to explain how the gentleman probably felt. And I'm saying, well, if that is how men think on the whole, Y'all don't care.
Right.
Y'all don't care.
And guys say she's just good adamant. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. But care is not, it doesn't fit in with when you start logical. Logical requires calculation and action. So you calculate, that's why you hear that for men there is fight or flight. Now, which part of fight do you find you would care?
Between the G and the H.
Right?
For
Because the thing is, a woman would say, well, he should fight for the relationship. That man will fight you and you mixing up the two.
Really?
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't appreciate that at all,
No,
man.
listen, let's be honest.
No, I hear you.
It's not right. And then
And that's why
and
women
when he
always say,
can't-
stop fighting me.
when he
Fight
can't
for the
fight
relationship.
you in terms of his group, don't hit girls and whatever,
Right.
he will leave and walk away from the situation. Then you get the emotional thinking coming in after the fact, when there's a whole calming down and coming down and from the logic and the rational and this kind of thing, because he's rationally saying, if I stay, he doesn't say, no, if I stay, I don't feel like I care, she walk away, she'll be sad, she'll be crying. He thinks about that after the fact. Boy, I can't do one cry, that's after.
Oh my
And
God,
that-
ladies.
and-
Oh my
and
God.
like I tell Sonja, you're not ready for that conversation because that doesn't fit your way of treating with that situation.
Well, see, then it's agreed with you there.
Right?
He says, being a soft, emotional man don't mean you have to be a imps. I feel like as men, we don't know how to regulate the emotions and balance it well. So that is really the soft man.
So
Right?
right. So we have to be careful we using the word soft.
Well,
right? Because that is frowned upon on many cultures. Don't use the
China.
word soft. Right? Soft men are usually what we call effeminate. They kind of girly. These the fellas who girls is like to be around them. Don't like them for boyfriend and thing, but I like them to be around. They can,
them always in the friend zone.
Yeah. They can always care. But
He
let's
says-
be honest.
But I also don't think it's just a man thing. Because women, in my opinion, also emotionally assume the worst of men. In my honest opinion.
Humble opinion, right?
No,
Honest
honest
or
opinion.
honest.
See, I don't know how that translates into staying with some of them waste man. But listen,
Right.
staying with them waste man and them sometimes, boy,
You
I
see?
think, no, let me tell you, them women
What,
and-
what you
no, let me just see.
Yeah,
Why
let's say I don't
sometimes-
think yeah.
Why sometimes them women and them stay with some of them waste man. Like I told you before, a lot of times women are invested, like Kevin say, and we are with the potential. We there still because we know the potential they have to become the person we see them, as. So we stay with them, hoping and praying that that potential man comes to the fore one of these days. Also, a lot of times you stay with the waste man because you're saying, let me tell you, towards women is have
What you say? Nothing to do with logic.
if I leave this man and I go out there, wait out there, boy. Better I just take this monster because I don't know what this monster is give. Then I go out there and I get next month and have to start all over.
So they
Listen
put
to
them
me.
what first?
That is what them this.
They put
That's
their
what this honestly be saying.
Feelings. They
I
put
don't know
all
what
their
this
feelings.
monster
So
is
if
give. So let me stay with this monster.
so the best thing for you to leave for is what? He will make me feel good. So the man was around and say, but you don't waste that time and stay in here, I don't care what you say. And gone because that good for him to come out of the situation. It's a logical, rational, calculating position.
That's why we strengthen women today.
Right?
And teaching them to learn, not
So,
to take that anymore. Don't sit down there
when then it
choosing-
says
and me choose it with pick a struggle.
the balance.
Find betterment.
It's talk about the balance. Now, hear me well. I taking the word balance as a misnomer, but I will use it. I don't ever think
Mm.
men will ever balance it properly.
But emotional
What we
side
can
of it,
do is, like I said earlier, have the emotional intelligence, and like what I try to have my wife do, say, stop, Kevin. So, because there's a place you have to tell your wife stop because she will emotionalize a whole situation. And you have to tell her, hey, listen, you're watching the situation from one side all the time. What about if this was a thought that the person had? And then she would stop and say, oh, yeah, I never even think about that. Because why? You're more inclined to empathize with a situation. It might be relatable. And there's where we go. So the thing is, in terms of people being spineless, and I was initially saying is that we had to look at how we're training our boys when we talk about the male
from young.
and if females are usually yelled at or like I said, the upbringing is kind of rough, you will tend to be intimidated by men, so you're not being spineless in terms of even if other girls taking advantage as well, stand up for yourself. But more so, that spineless thing usually is stated against men,
Not necessarily women.
not necessarily women.
Right? Because women is stand up for the man too and think we say what we got to say.
Yeah.
Graves says penguin sang. Woman don't like
stuff.
woman
All right,
don't
and
like
send it,
woman
remember?
don't like
So,
man.
exactly. That is
Remember
true.
that. We don't like tough man and truth. We like them as friends. So Kevin is very right. We like them to be around and they be friends.
So you know them can't fight.
And I think that's when we spoke about the guy who fought off the bandit on the promenade.
Right,
For
that
the-
was
for
right,
the
right.
handbag
What you would
and
do,
thing.
right? Yeah.
You know, I know Kevin go fight for me and thing.
Them so man can't change kata, yeah. Yeah, you understand them. Them don't know when if it
They will carry us to the mechanic.
Yeah.
They'll carry us
them fellas,
to
them don't know nothing. Weird. They grow up soft. Now I'm not saying all men who don't know something soft. Right?
Kevin some make me laugh.
Right? But yeah.
But now we
right.
need to stand up for your spouse, no matter male, female, whatever. You stand up for your spouse. If it's family members or work colleagues or whatever, and they are ill speaking your spouse or ill treating your spouse and so on, say something, do something, don't afraid, because at the end of the day, that is who you're going back home with.
And spineless is another spineless is a cover word for coward.
I'll end with that there, Kevin. Nice. So here Kevin said it. Spineless is another word for coward. Then we went on to living with a disabled or ill spouse.
Right.
And how do you treat with that?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when you said your vows for better or worse, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, those words literally meant something in terms of, no matter what happens with this person,
right.
Physically,
yeah.
This is your person for life. So even if they, God forbid, contract some kind of life-threatening disease or some got into an accident and has a physical disability or whatever, there's no time to just wrap up shop and but I didn't sign up for this. Deuces, I'm out. That's the time when they actually need you the most. Right? That's the time they need you the most. And that's the time when you would see love the most. So they always say love conquers all. And your love could even lead that person to having a better life. Because they would think about themselves being in the state now that could lead them to depression and all these kind of things. But the mere fact that you are there with them and cheering them on and supporting them and helping them and whatever, that helps them to feel better on the inside. And it gives them a different demeanor and everything and outlook on life, because they have their partner with them foot and foot. Yeah. So you have to start now making adjustments to this little curveball that was thrown your way, right? It's not easy.
Right.
We're not saying it's a walk in the park. It definitely isn't. I know of friends. I know of some of my mom's friends and so on who have had these challenges and living with spouses like this and whatever. And listen, it is be good for me to see when the wife pushing the husband on a wheelchair and they're happy and they're laughing and the thing and whatever. He wasn't always so, probably got shot or got in an accident or whatever the case may be, and it caused him to be like that or caused her to be like that. But you still have life to go on until you breathe the very last breath. Yeah, that's your spouse.
And here, so just talking about that, I just really went there's something across in the Bible when just as she told that, and the disciples ended up telling Jesus, well, boy, marriage real tough. And he said, yeah, it's not easy to enter into marriage because you have so many dynamics that could happen.
Yeah.
Right? And the for better not worse doesn't measure years. You could get married today, and there's some people within a year, something happened to their spouse, and the marriage is fresh and it's no start.
Yep.
You understand? And boom, the situation has happened, it's no start.
Yep.
Nobody planned for it, nobody was seen it, no signs or nothing, then show up. It's not like you went in there and went, okay, it's possible. No, it just, as we say, appear. What you going to do? Run? What you going to do?
That is the time when you stand up the most and you fight
You have to
with your spouse,
love,
or for your spouse, I should say.
and that will test your love.
Indeed.
And you need to show. So just was talking about the hard conversations. You have to have hard conversations on two sides. You have to have hard conversation with the person that you're married to, and the ones that you don't feel like you tell them right now. You have to go and have a hard conversation with somebody else who's willing to listen to you, because you need to be coached into staying and navigating this path.
Nothing is wrong with getting help, you know, in terms of seeking advice from a counselor and all of that, because like I said, it is not easy to deal with a situation like that, you know, because it has been a drastic change in how you foresaw life.
Both of you.
Yeah, and so there would be days and times when the ill person or the disabled person would have their moments of lashing out and so on, because they this is not what they wanted for their life or how they saw their life.
Right.
And so they will be upset with life on the whole, and they will lash out at you. Yeah, but you are not the reason to know that they like that, but they will lash out at you because they can't do anything else. Who else they will lash out at? So that's why sometimes the ones who are closest to us end up getting the tongue lashing the most. Yeah, so we have to understand that days like that will take place, and it's not necessary that they hate you or they dislike you or they're ungrateful or they whatever. They just sometimes really frustrated with life and the fact that they were dealt this hand, and so they're upset in the moment. So you give them the time, as Kevin said, to calm down, catch themselves, let the emotions come back and whatever, and then you come again. But you would need somebody else to, like Kevin said, to coach you, to help you, you know, to go through this part of life now, this stage. Yeah, it won't be easy. It's never easy. But don't take it all on your own, because there's only so much that human can take, and then you're going to break down. Next thing you know, it's bon voyage, the person, and you're gone. Right? But we have to think things through a little harder, with a little more thought, right? Then it says, the help thing. You had to be vulnerable. Plenty people not ready to admit their frustration. Yes, and that's true. They try to hold it in so much and think that if they say anything, they're guilty. It will look bad. Gosh, he does real tire me out sometimes, thing. Or she does real thing, I be real. Oh God. Sometimes and it's true. And that will happen with anybody, whether it's a child or a parent or it's a spouse. It will happen because, like I said, that's natural human nature.
Wow.
Right? We always want the best. Let me put it that way. We always want to live the best, have the best, do the best, enjoy the best, And if something happens and it changes, and you have to deal with that, like right now, our friends and family in Jamaica and so on. It had a man who no finish the roof and put up the last thing light bulb in the house, you know, and watching it. So, hey, I finished all my accomplishments. I worked so hard. And now to wake up this morning and flush, all of that gone with a big win. So, and they have to make adjustments now and start over a different way, attack life differently and so on. It's the same thing that happens with a spouse who became disabled or became ill in a marriage.
There's some really tough, uncharted waters.
Yeah, boy.
I mean, some of the people who may have had parents who had to take care of may be able to absorb the shock a little better than those of us who probably never went through it.
Yeah.
And so kudos to you, but that's just one of the realities that you have to deal with coming into marriages. No party in the marriage, the one who is either having the illness or the one who is dealing with the person who have the illness, none of them are ready
To deal with that.
either. You are ready to deal with it, and
Yeah.
you could lash out.
So the frustration
So,
comes from
yeah,
both sides.
eh? So it could grow off.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, easy.
We'll have those days.
So we
But
we
seek the
just-
support. Seek the support.
Yeah, well,
Seek-
we really pray that the better decision be made so things will not get worse, because
Yeah.
really and truly nobody wants that
Nobody
at
wants
any point in time in
I
their
wouldn't
life,
wish that on
right?
my enemy.
But
All right.
just someone,
Mhm.
these recaps are really helping me personally, because some of these coping mechanisms, really and truly, we have a disadvantage sometimes if we don't pick up some of these coping mechanisms younger. And I know I say that because it is the onus on the older to really talk to the younger, and it have too many times now we're not finding that space. One, there are younger people who don't want to listen. There are older people who don't want to talk to the younger people because they feel they won't listen.
Mhm.
And so we have that conflicting point of view. So nobody wants to listen to anybody at the end of the day. And we're just leaving people now up to their own devices now. I hear people, yes, there are some people who are headstrong, they're bedstrong, and okay, make provision for those. But those of us we could reach, and we don't watch the next generation come up,
Mhm.
because they will make a bigger mess than the one
Yeah,
that we already made.
in.
Yeah.
Right? So from there, we went on to, what's the next one, babe?
We went on to my spouse, a reflection of me.
Uh-huh. So we were debating if that is true or not. So we had a couple situations where the husband or the wife, I can't remember who it was exactly, was a cheater in the relationship.
Mhm.
And so is it because he's one, you are one too? That is the reflection?
Right.
No. Is it because you good, your spouse automatically good? Because you bad, your spouse automatically bad? No. Is it really so?
Right.
No.
Can it be so?
I'm asking.
Right.
Is it really so?
We asking.
Yeah, you're asking.
Right.
Is it really so? Your spouse, whoever one spouse is, the other one is the same thing?
It can get so.
It can get so?
It can get so.
Based on
If we allow it to get like that. Because I am sure people who have experienced infidelity or cheating or hoarding, whatever collection you want to use, have thoughts about doing it back.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And where before that was never thought that you had.
Right. And that's the part where I think the reflection thing happens. Okay, so based on what the person does,
Right.
let's say it's a negative thing, your reactions now to it is a reflection of what they did.
Right.
So how it hurts you and whatever the actions you now do is as a result of that. So you did this to me, I start to move a certain way, I always upset, I always angry, I always this, I always that. That's what happened there, right? I think one of the things we had was this person, he always dressing, he this and he that in,
Right.
and his
wife is not
always in a mess.
right. She's
And
not as looking as
right.
good.
And her friend, I think, was telling her
Yes.
that she needs
To
to
look better and thing, and it was a matter of he controlling the money and this and that and the other. Yes, I remember.
I remember now.
Yeah, I remember that was one of the perspectives that we look at. And even as we mentioned the negative situation just now, we do have a place where the positive is equally experienced as well, because you could have somebody who is fun and jovial. You wouldn't reach their level, but you realize some of the things that you want to do. You realize your spouse is now coming along, or they kind of say, hey, look at this thing, you want to go up, and you realize, wait, now you doing that. So we equally have a reflection where the positive comes across as well. It's quite interesting. My wife is the life of the party. but I am the risk of the party. So she would do things that are fun and I will call low level risk. But for me, my fun is a kind of high level risk because those are the things that I kind of expose to, right?
He want to go bungee jumping and skydiving and all them things, and I is not of that.
Right, and she wouldn't consider that fun.
I will have fun right on the ground here.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun and we're safe and we're good. You want fall out from the sky and fall on believe back. I'm not going to do that. I love my life too much.
Right?
Right? That is Kefi.
Right. So there's a difference. And one day she did do the zip line.
Did it.
Right.
But that's all I do, nothing more.
And she didn't find what bad at all.
The first time I went to the real cry, I think make
a big hullabaloo.
My mother was like,
Then
take she down. And the second time I went up,
I said, no, let her go through. Don't take it on at all. We just procrastinating a development. All right?
I did it.
And she did it. And I thank God for that.
But I ain't even all those time bungee jump, nothing in no river, nothing. I don't do them things.
Right. So equally, but
Yeah,
anyhow,
you
so
own
the
and have to
reflection
make
of
sure
us.
you have insurance when you go to do them things.
So we were looking at so we're looking at that as well.
You wouldn't let your spouse go out there
Because
looking
right,
a hot mess.
right, because my wife
Honestly, they are
is my reflection of right,
yes,
right. My
in
wife
that
don't want
regard.
me go out with no hole in my teeth. Remember the Coca-Cola jersey there? That's the conversation.
Yes,
That's the
the
conversation.
Coca-Cola jersey.
That's the conversation.
That's the truth.
Yes, that's the conversation.
And
in
some
terms of
else, but I want to,
Avita, right. And
Yeah.
that's the reflection of that. And it's a beautiful thing to see in its true essence where your wife has esteem for you and we esteem each other. So we don't want you going out to public looking a particular kind of way because we don't want people to say, where's the famous words?
Look how she looking. Look how she husband looking so good. What kind of wife is that?
Everybody like to say when your wife looking nice, hey, your husband buy a nice outfit for your girl.
Yeah, you top up and take.
And vice versa, right?
Right?
Look,
We don't want the laugh. You don't laugh.
Not the Coca-Cola.
I'll put it on tonight and so. Put it on tonight.
Yes.
Right?
So we're looking at that as well.
Right. What was the next one, babe?
After
To
that,
to
BBL.
BBL
or
or not?
to BBL.
To BBL.
I don't think we had to discuss that in any kind of length.
Well, I don't know what time it is with the BBL.
Yeah, that's
These BBLs be killing y'all.
that ain't making sense. Right?
Hey, but earlier it just getting worse now. Every time you open your feed, whether it's a short on YouTube, Facebook, wherever it is, Instagram and thing, you seeing these ladies, though, Kevin, walking in these, what I have to call it, bloody, whatever, after
Bandages.
surgery,
Bandages.
get ups. And they're walking and they cast it down on their butt. They're kneeling down to eat, to sleep, to this. And you going through all of that, though? And then what? So what end?
That is low self-esteem.
All the men and them know is like everybody and the sister now have a BBL, and it's like the men and them saying, yeah, we know it fake and thing and we're fancy. But you see any men going out there to do anything like that?
No, and I think it's trying to tell the next woman, you know,
What?
you
You're
do that to-
insufficient?
yeah,
to
like
keep
you
your
can
man?
tell, yeah, you tell her one, you will keep your man. You don't want to keep your man.
Yeah, because
If
he
you
after
want
you
to-
for your body or
Right.
for your bottom.
And he would just go after like person for the same bottom.
Same thing. But we have a bigger
So
one.
you're just kind of helping him cheat on him actually, you know,
He said, I go Josie in the bin.
somewhere. Yeah, like
I
Josie.
Josie.
Past whether you're old is go
That
to
Josie.
Josie. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really unnecessary. I always say, God created you a certain way.
There's low self-esteem.
And you have to love yourself with your assets that you have. A surgery is normally done to correct something that went wrong, right? Based on some kind of
Outside of
accident.
your control.
Right. Some accident, incident, or whatever the case may be. Not for
Entertainment.
vanity. Right?
As Safra says,
What is it?
you're getting your BBL. Fuck. I don't think I can say that. I'm gonna spell
spell it out.
Yeah.
All right.
I can say that.
And the thing is, some of these ladies getting this, and then what?
It
Some of them dying under the knife. Some of them getting a lot of injuries, lifelong injuries, but they still have to go and take it out after the fact, right? Because it starts to poison your blood or it poisons the area it's in. It starts to rot and all these things. Y'all, is it really worth it? I don't think it's worth it, right? Because you don't want people to fall in love with you for your bottom or for your breast.
Watch it.
And it's not even yours. Because at the end of the day, then what? When you die, those things are every I don't know.
And the thing is, it's a sign of low self-esteem. And then you even go lower because, as Sandra just said, they only like you for that. So you realize your self-esteem went nowhere because you don't value
you as the person. You hear that? First, people must fall in love with you for your personality, your character, and so on. Not necessarily for your body, because we always say the body changes over time.
That will change.
Right? You get older, imagine your skin sagging, but this PBS started firm.
Yeah.
You know, you look real weird.
Looking weird.
Like that looks real weird. I waited to see some of them ladies get old.
Yeah.
But they will always have to be going back under the knife.
Yeah.
All the time to keep that look up, and it's really a sad thing.
So it's not the BBL.
Yes, we don't want people there, right? Love yourself. Learn to love yourself.
Pregnant for spite.
Oh, Jesus.
Pregnant for spite.
Pregnant for spite.
You can leave that there.
Well, all I know how the pregnant for spite thing went. Both ways, in terms of women who get pregnant for spite to try to keep a man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Whether it's their man or not their man. Women is do that, make themselves pregnant to keep the man, and there's this whole saying that children don't keep man. And
right, children
don't keep man. Mm-hmm. So forget that. On the flip side, there's also where men impregnate women
to keep them
to themselves.
Yes.
So to keep them home, to not go out and do activities. Yes. So no other man involved like them.
Yeah.
Them kind of different things.
Weird, but
weird, right? So
dread insecurity.
Guys, when it comes to those things, it's really sad when persons go through those things. And we did speak about people that went through those things. And Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah, break down for spite.
Don't practice doing that, please. If it ever was a thought in your mind, okay, she pregnant and she got to stay home for sure. Ting. She liked to be on the road and she liked to this and she liked to that and only studying friends and my men and then okay, she child. Really?
And I don't
what happens to the child at the end of the day?
But I don't think your wife started off just the lime just so. So she had was liming before
when she met you,
or you started to take out the lime and she just
continued.
So
it's not a matter of giving them a child to keep them home. That's not the attitude.
You know, like I'm honestly learning a lot of this. Honestly, really and truly, I'm learning a lot because you have this change. You come upon this change. I should change my life.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean the person is seeing the same thing you see, no. And even though you share, they do not guarantee to see what you see. Mm-hmm. It can happen later down the road, just like talking to our children, or when our parents spoke with us, they were seeing things that we weren't seeing and we weren't listening, and at the end of the day, and we wanted our lives to go a particular kind of way. So even the end of that talk now, I'm realizing, like, if you had your wife, you met your wife Lyman, and then you married her Lyman, because I all meet, and or she's definitely already Lyman. He's like, girl, go out and now she started speed more than you.
Mm-hmm.
And you decide that I don't want a life for myself, whatever.
That's what she do.
So you're getting really pregnant to slow her down. But you move somebody from being happy, but it's not your happiness. So you vex now because they're happy without you. So you're trying to find a way now to make both of them miserable because you know she will be unhappy and she'll stay home. You will be miserable because she's not going to be happy, but you're going to be satisfied that she's home. You'll never be happy.
And then the flip side, you're thinking she's home, but now she has to be home with her child.
Yeah.
So she's still not on you. 100%.
Yeah.
Right? So think about what you're doing. And ladies, don't think making a child for the man to keep him will really keep him. When a man makes up his mind to go, whether or not you pregnant or not, or having child or not, them gone.
Yeah.
Right? Because unlike us women, we, as Kevin said, are emotional beings. We are created as nurturers. So it's natural when anybody gets divorced and all of that. So the courts normally decide for the child to go with the mother most times based on the situations, right? Because mothers are the nurturing ones. Fathers are supposed to be more like providers, protectors, those kind of things.
Right.
So don't think you're gonna make a child and the man go stay. He go before to provide and send money and whatever from outside. So think about it. Think about it, guys, on both sides, please. The older days, think before you act. The effects.
Think about the effects of our actions,
right?
Yeah,
because
like
it's
that.
not only the person you're affecting, it's also that child that's going to be growing up without a father or without a mother, that kind of thing. Think about those things, right? Or growing up coming out of a selfish act. Yeah?
Right.
So we don't want that for our future. Last one, Kevin. Ooh, or two more. Hey, living above your means. Oh, and this one really hit a lot of people in terms of the responses we got. Feedback after the show and saying how many people say, yeah, boy, I needed to hear that because the way I be spending my money. I know I Ellie too. She admitted to this saying, oh God. Right? We need to start thinking about what we have and making the best of what we have. I remember watching this video with this family, and from the outside, the house doesn't look 100, but inside, oh my God, it's so beautiful because they used whatever they had and they recycled things. And listen, it was so clean, so nice, so crisp, and the things they made were so pretty, even though it was recycled stuff because they weren't wealthy. Right? But they made the best out of what they had, and the income that they had coming in, they would use that wisely.
Yeah.
So let's stop trying to live according to the socials. We're not living for the likes. We're not living for the socials who have this, who have that, who have the other. Right? Be happy with what you have. Stop trying to live like the Joneses.
We are living for the socials, actually. Let's be honest. There's so many. When I say we, I mean you and I.
No, but I mean,
but we are living for the socials.
That was saying generally. What do you mean by that?
But you ever put who's putting negative things on the social? Like what your social media is for?
Oh, we did discuss that, and I said I was at a point earlier.
We don't put up negative things, so we are living to an extent for the social.
But I mean, in terms of your money, who living for the socials with their money? We need to stop doing that. People do that.
Yeah.
So they try to portray a half and a half and a half and a half.
Who drinking the different type of drinks and who could afford it and how much drinking, how much wasting.
See what?
Imagine.
Actions have consequences. As a nation, we see in it.
Definitely. And there's a...
Why do you start talking about this nation and what
happened there? There's a proverbial statement. There's a proverbial statement that says a fool and his money is soon separated. All right? Because you're a fool. In terms of making poor decisions with your money, once you start to live above your means, you are going to continue not see money. Yeah. As I say, you're going to get paid in front of a fan. All right?
Because you're spending money on frivolous stupidness.
So you're going to see
should I get that? How to get the latest Jordan thing?
Holes in the pocket.
So me and Kia, I buying that. Why buying this phone?
$5 grand, $6 grand. Is a strong thing, eh?
Your salary going for a phone and things sometimes.
Yeah.
You only have $1,000 left to buy food and travel and things for the month.
Conviction. And you.
But you're so.
Yeah.
Yeah. That phone had to cook for me, clean for me, do everything for me.
Conviction.
I spend all that money, not me. It's very sorry. But I'm just telling you all, think about your means. Don't try to live beyond your means. What you have to prove and to whom. Your happiness is what matters the most. Once you can cover your needs, your not your wants really, but your needs, your bills, and so on, then you could see about your wants after the fact. Wants are secondary, needs are primary.
I say, let's be honest, we live in for some social on some level because we have some ego. Now these are things that we have to work on, and we have some pride. right? We have some shame,
Me, I just want to enjoy life. So
and
I
so
just do
there are
things
certain things that
to
people think
enjoy
that people should
my
see
life.
us,
Do it.
see us in, and
Oh,
you know,
wait.
kind of thing, yeah, right?
Once
Let
my
me
car is
honest, there's
taking
some
me
kind of
to work and back,
there's
or
some
to
kind
wherever
of thing
I am
because
good to go.
if you go someplace and your car is probably one of the dirtiest, you feel like kind of how.
But you clean it.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying, when they get there, it just feel like kind of how. They just feel like less than the rest of the person who had the car clean inside of there. They can feel like kind of how,
But
right?
Kevin, my thing is, once you're able to get to and fro, you come home and you have a nice roof over your head and thing, you're able to eat a hot meal and all these things and whatever. Your bills are paid and everything, and you have clothing and whatever, you're good to go. You don't have to get Gucci, Prada, Fada, and whoever.
I never had it, so and I seem to be doing quite
And
well.
like I think I told everybody too, nothing is wrong with let me tell you, go and buy the bootleg if you so want the brands, because half of them who spend thousands of dollars is same bootleg still.
Yeah.
So better everybody cheap bootleg and don't know that. I is telling you.
You're too sure what getting bootleg, no?
Let me hear. Then they say half our partner, so he always decked out, newest phone, $700 shirt, $2,000 shoes. But the brother ain't making all that money. Where he getting it from, then it? He not doing that well. But the image
It's
is everything for him. And that's what I think I mentioned the family that
see that man, boy.
they have all the brands, but they home eating macaroni and mac and cheese and cereal. Why would you do that and put yourself and your children and so on through that for image? So everybody seeing you outside flamsing, but you home hungry. That not making no sense. Island Finance calling you and you're taking this loan to cover that loan and the next loan to cover that makes no sense.
You have one address here, one by your mother, one by your father, one by your sister, who was your aunt, because nobody can find you when they come back for the things.
Yeah.
But you can pass and say, hey, I watching TV by you see my Samsung 75 and all them kind of thing for war by Samsung in nowhere from nowhere.
Samsung getting richer and you getting poorer. And you're not listening when we tell him try and plan for his future. Listen, a lot of these younger persons today, I don't know, like I said, they're just trying to live like these celebrities and whatever they see online.
Celebrities don't pay for their stuff.
Thank you, Kevin. They are the brand ambassadors for these things.
Exactly.
To try to make you buy it.
Exactly.
So they're not paying. Stop running down these things. It really isn't worth it. I don't even know what I have a Samsung something. It they even have a good name to say, somebody asked me, where me a phone? I don't know what it is and I don't care. And I spend my little piece of dust and I get that. But nothing big. Me ain't buy no iPhone or this, no Apple or that for 10,000. Nah, because the same thing that phone doing, my phone doing. I just need calls, text, WhatsApp, whatever, and I good. Right?
Unless Apple is part of your profession in terms of getting your job done, then we could understand.
And the company has to provide that for me, and I'm buying it with my own money. Thank you very much.
But yeah,
I just
teachers in that context.
If you know persons like that, or if you are a person like that, please try reassessing what you do from month to month or whenever your salary comes, if it's fortnightly or weekly or whatever, and stick to your budget, right? You want to have a little fun after all your bills and all the things that needs priority are organized first. You could put aside a little thing to have a little something for the month.
Yeah, when you can have fun, when you pay all your bills and you go to work for the whole month, if you're getting paid monthly and then you see the next pay, they see between the time you see the pay and that space.
Spend some money. The money coming.
Spend some money.
Right, I get paid tomorrow, so I'll go tonight.
Yeah, spend money right in that space. Outside of that,
nah. But we really need to start reassessing, especially when it affects our families, and so because some persons are taking monies that should go towards houses. I think that was the thing with the lady. She had the money
for living above your means.
Yeah, and
not a BBL.
The BBL girl?
Yeah.
Oh,
she wanted to take the house
money? Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah.
I know I hear some story, but I can't remember. Yeah, you taking the house money and you want the BBL? Oh my God. Yeah, so guys, reassess, rethink, give me next read. And repeat.
That's all. You had one you said.
Oh, I did give a caption for that.
Think better, Do better, be better.
Something I said,
Yeah.
I supposed to write down all my things, you know.
Yeah.
Copyright. All right,
Yeah.
last one.
So last
before we
one.
go.
Contract
Or covenant.
or covenant.
The marriage.
Yeah.
We spoke about whether you would want a contract when you get married, saying every 5 years you would renew or not renew accordingly, or if you wanted to get married under the covenant and keep your marriage forever and ever. Amen.
Yeah,
Right?
until death do you
us
pass.
And Kevin wanted to talk about the fact that covenant is made not only between your spouse and yourself.
Yeah. Right? So when you stand there, you also made the covenant between you, yourself, and you
And
yourself. You, your spouse, and God.
Yeah.
Right? So just not just the covenant to the person, you made a covenant to God as well. God honors that. When you hold up your side of the covenant, he honors that. Right? He really looks at that in terms of him taking care of you, or just like any parent will take care of a child. All these covenanting situation, God honors that. So that's why it's always important that we understand that we continue to respect each other. Right? Husband, love your wife. Wife, love your husband.
Mm-hmm.
Vice versa. So, and on any side of the fence, a covenant is made for both of us, not one side. You know, sometimes we used to be making a lot of joke in the past. What is his own is mine. What is mine is mine. So it looked like the situation is one-sided, and we have been scaring a lot of persons
From marriage.
not getting married because it's going one-sided.
Yeah.
But because of the covenant, we can respect each other. Men, we still have to do what we have to do, and women still have to do what they have to do. As she said, you talk about the nurturing, we are providers and that kind of thing. We may not be making more money. It doesn't mean that you would only provide if you make more money. That's not true, right? You could provide strength and security and stability in the home, which money cannot pay for, right? So if you're spineless, it's a whole different conversation the woman having with you. She ain't trust you. She ain't confident in you.
Yep.
But if she realizes now, he's upstanding man, he's a man who love your own. You see, money didn't bring that confidence. It's just because the who you are is what brought the confidence. And men, and we know women, you just be a wonderful wife. Men appreciate that. He rest in you. He secure.
Be his peace.
Right, to be his peace. So the covenant causes us to function. We still have to function. Love your wife, respect your husband. Love your wife, respect your husband. God honors that.
And the contract thing, you know, we spoke about it. It might sound nice, like, oh, after 5 years, I'll go decide, hey, let me see if I want to move on with this man. Or let me see if I want to move on with this woman after 5 years, 10 years, whatever the case may be. It may sound nice in its initial stages, but there's a lot of red tape behind that in terms of think about children in the thing. Think about assets, houses, whatever it is you're gained during that period of time as well. You know, there's a lot of things that will challenge that whole contract thing. And then we spoke about the fact that you'll be moving on from person to person to person, signing contract here after the other. Then everybody just contractually.
Yeah, and
contract. Let me take a touch here.
Some people living with that, and they don't even have a literal contract, but they're literally contracting themselves all over to other persons, and there's no settling down.
Yeah, we have to watch
that. Somebody said something last time we were chatting. It was read 4 kids in this economy. People, let's be careful how we think about having children and having families. Now, if you reach a certain age, I can understand. You're concerned about your health and that kind of thing. But if we continue to have less and less children, it's going to catch up with us down the road. You're going to have to recall persons to come back out to work. See, they're already moving the age of retirement,
which is terrible,
from 60 to 65, and has a lot to do with how many children the birth rate. And every country around the world, I think right now, is recording lower birth rates.
Well, let me tell you, by the way, Japan, a lot of people dying and they hardly have person. So they have a whole sorry today. They have real houses empty and selling real houses. If you just find out there, if you're interested, you know, Japan, you could go because they hardly have people.
Half of us can live in Japan because of the culture and the rules.
They're selling, you know, a real house is empty, so they're selling them out next to nothing.
We go buy one.
So they could go across and eat some.
So you could do
And they say the wrong thing there, you know. Eat some good food.
Yeah, right.
Arigato gozaimasu, or whatever we say.
All right, good. Yeah,
Right.
that's Japan.
Good.
Right,
Next.
people. That's
But
it.
the covenant too,
All right, good.
in that, you know, yes, it is a life. It's supposed to be a lifelong promise between yourself, your spouse, and God. But Christ made provisions in terms of if things were going wrong, in terms of like abuse or infidelity, those kind of things, you could write that letter of divorce. Yeah? So it's not that you're in this covenant and no matter what happens in the marriage, you just have to take that till death. Yeah, babe?
Oh.
That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay, good.
Right? So we're not saying to the end, till your death, somebody kill you in it. We will not condone those kind of things like abuse and all of that in a marriage, right?
There's no love. So we did, you know, that's no love.
Right, but we're saying to don't go down the road of divorce for silly things like irreconcilable differences
Yeah,
and whatever,
that's something that the court make.
petty things. No,
Well,
right?
not that the court make. The court had to
Do that because a lot
do
of
that.
people will come in for no reason.
because that's a real misnomer, you know. The court had no other reason to tolerate that because either party was making the situation irreconcilable. So that's what they call it, irreconcilable differences. Because no matter what they said, a party was just saying,
Agreeing.
I'm not agreeing to that.
Yeah.
I can't handle that.
And the thing was just going on and on.
So they say, you know what?
Irreconcilable differences.
Irreconcilable differences. We can't go through this thing over and over. You will just wasting people time. And so we have to give you guys the divorce on irreconcilable differences. So you see that not even the court is holding up till that do us part.
Yeah.
Right?
Because they offer counseling and all those things. When you go to get divorced, they offer all those things to make sure you're making the right decision first. You know,
That's
so
amazing.
they offer all this reconciliation. Imagine the court doing that, right? And not readily just giving it to you one time.
Exactly.
So it does show that the covenant does uphold when it comes to marriages. It's the way to go as opposed to this contract thing. And Kevin mentioned the fact that, you know, if we talk about that contract thing too much, it will start to happen just like how everything is just starting to happen all of a sudden. You talk about it too much, it becomes the norm.
You know why people want to do the contract thing? Because they're going to abuse it. Human behavior.
They abuse everything.
Human nature is to abuse things. You know, once you can get it, and you don't need it, you know. Somebody will just do it because I could do it. We cannot, we just live together for living together. And when I get fed up here, we could go away. And people are excited about that. But they're not even thinking about, well, what about if you do buy something together, who go with it?
Your children.
You know, and you can't get pregnant, clearly. You have to have some kind of contract where people have to get some kind of.
I don't know how they'll do that, but I don't see that happening. Leave that. Don't do it, people.
But with some kind of movie will come out with it.
Covenant. Yeah. Let's stick to the covenant.
And we will see that it will feel.
So we really thank you guys for tuning in to the last, that is what, 3 months? August, September, October. Yeah, 3 months. Going through these episodes. Yeah. You know, it was a lot to cover in this one night as well. I hope that those who missed, you know, are back on track with us now and ready to go forward into the year end and then into the new year. Next week, you wouldn't be around.
Oh, so
I think next week, Kevin wouldn't be around, so I don't want to be here by myself. Even though I know I can run the show by myself, but it's just be good to have him here and talking and bouncing off him and matching up with him and thinking. Right? So, the following week we'll be back on, and then and then it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, you know that after that is ham, lamb, jam, and Moby. I just have to say it, you know, because listen, right now I'm looking out to see if I get in US visa. The way things going, I think, you know, with all these developments and thing, I find all Trinbagonians should just get a visa now because We like,
Yeah, I think no, it's like, yeah,
You
I
know,
agree. I
so
will get it.
I just saying,
Put in your papers one time
all
and
these
say,
talks happening, all you should just talk about that one time, you know what I mean?
You know.
All they say, they
yeah,
visas for all,
I
you know.
like that. Let me write down
Because-
that.
Right on that,
Yeah, man,
because I mean, it happening right here, boat and thing here, so let me just visas for all they say, they. I find so. That is me. I say, I put it out there. Let those who have ears to hear, let them hear.
All right,
Go and tell them we want visa, right?
Wow.
Because we're going over there.
Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. You're
Thank you
tuned
guys
in.
for being here. It was good.
Yeah.
We hope that you guys learned from the recaps and the different topics that we went through. We will be going over the new topics from the following week as we draw this year. Because sounds so weird. This year to a close, bring this year to a close. But you know, we always have fun with you guys. Thank you for the support. For those of you that came out to the play on Sunday at Naprima Bowl, it was great. It was epic. I had fun. My daughter as well was there in the play, and we had a good time. You know, thank you for the support, and I look forward to seeing you in future events. Your girl always in a place sometime, all right, place, and then I sing and sing too, and wherever. Kevin and I also do events. We host marriages, couples events, anniversaries, whatever. So you guys can reach out to us too if you're having some kind of event in your church or your workplace or whatever. If it's for couples and whatever, you could invite us, and we will be happy to share the love in the place, right? So yeah, that's it for us there, you know. And I thank you. Wait till he say visa and 5,000 US. I agree. This limited for 200 US or some kind of thing. What it is? They talk about them things. They'll talk about the wrong things. Talk about these things.
My general takeaway tonight is think about the effects of our actions.
Yeah.
I definitely take I like serious, no joke. I'm going to really meditate on
those
that.
around you, because like for me, I always sometimes I want to say something, but then I'll say, I know how to sing a song. Backspace, delete. Is that do that in your mind, you know? Is that to say, roll back that tongue and hush, just hush, all will be well. Say that in another way. You know this kind of way? Yeah. Don't do this because this will happen. Forget that. Let just slide. You know? So yeah, that's it. And then for today, think about the effects. Yeah. Of your actions.
Yeah.
So guys, it is what it is. Have a beautiful week. We love all of you, and we continue to support all of you in your goal to better relationships and better marriages.
Yeah.
And on that note, we say,
I just want to make it, you know.
This. Oh God, look out how we forget to wear a ring tonight, hustling.
Yeah.
But this thing that is going on this finger here, this ring, is not a curse.
See, it all depends on what you do
that makes it better and not worse. It was so good being in your presence tonight. Thank you guys for welcoming us into your spaces, whether it's by phone, television, laptop, or anything else. I don't know. Tablet. Thank you guys for being with us, and thank you, Dennett and Graves, for being the champion commenters tonight.
Yeah. We appreciate the fact that you guys were there.
And these men not afraid to talk.
Yeah.
And Safras, we miss you. I hope all is well. I know it's very cold. So, but we hope all is well.
Yeah, everybody was near that we saw earlier. Yeah. I mean, like, I think some people literally meant that.
Oh, Mumble, that I didn't see, you know.
Yeah, Anushka.
Oh my gosh, Anushka.
Angel
was here, yes.
Right. I don't know if it was.
But it was good seeing all of you. And
right.
I know it's late. So get your shut eyes and get ready for tomorrow. We see you guys next following week.
Yeah.
Have a good one and a God one. Toodles.
Oh, great. Bye-bye. Nice man.
Take care.